Greetings, everybody. We're back around the table again today for another episode. And we've got you a little treat from overseas because it seems like we're all turning a little Japanese. I really think so. And on to our pocket dumps.
Disappointed in you.
Let's go with Paul.
Oh. All right, so speaking of Japanese knives, I got my Japanese Higo.
Do you know what steel it is?
I have no idea.
No.
It is steel. I think it's high carbon.
Probably white.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If I had to guess, I would guess white. I guess I'll put it there so you can look at it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. I have a more modern interpretation. Little Shun Higo that I've had for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
The lock-in Higo.
Yeah. That one doesn't have a lock. They innovated a little bit, gave it a liner lock in VG10.
And I thought you said lock and Higo. When you said that, it's extra funny. I'm twinsies with Joe tonight.
Oh, isn't they cute?
I'm also rocking the Shun Higo. I got one of those as soon as they come out.
Yep.
Also playing footsies under the table.
I
Just a little
have my leather pouch to go with it, like a proper gentleman, though.
Because he's fancy.
fine.
And then to round off all of us turning a little Japanese, I have a little two-bladed Higo from Rock Creek.
I like that little guy.
It's a cute little one.
I thought he was going to say from Dennis.
Yeah, it is Dennis's. I was playing with it today.
It's a cool little guy.
Yeah. So yeah, on the note of why we're all turning a little Japanese, the one that we have today to review for you is a funky little one from Shun Cutlery. It is the Large Higo that they came out with for this year.
Little guy. Yeah. With a 4-inch blade.
That's what I say.
Everything's a little guy.
Yeah.
Everything's
Yeah.
a little guy.
So yeah, this one is using VG10 for the hand or for the blade. Is it ebony for the handle?
Ebony Packawood.
Okay, ebony packawood for the handle and a really nice little mosaic pin. I'm trying to get in focus there.
We said earlier.
Yep,
Just quick FYI, apparently Ebony Packawood is trademarked.
fair enough.
Yeah. So it may be a Shun thing exclusively.
And it says a mosaic pin emblem on their thing, so it makes
Yeah.
me curious about that. But
Well, if you're looking at the liners, it doesn't go all the way through, so it's just like a inlay.
yeah.
It's not an actual pin.
It's a disc.
Yeah. So at an overall length of 9 inches, it would take 573 of these knives to reach the top of the Kyoto Tower,
What's the Kyoto Tower?
the tallest tower in Kyoto.
Japan.
Because it's
That's a thing that I now know.
a Japanese knife.
No, I know that. I just didn't know if it was
It's getting slightly less and less tall as time goes on because Japan is sinking into the ocean. So
The tower
is
itself
that
isn't
actually a thing that's
shrinking.
happening?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
want to
know.
see top 10 buildings from 25 years ago and top 10 buildings from now and see where the Kyoto building ranks because that would be hilarious.
Well, chances are they measure from like the base up. So if the whole area around is sinking, the base is going to be sinking too. So it's still going to be the same measurement.
That's
Not
what's
like the
flying
tower
logic.
shrinking.
Was the Kyoto Tower the one that's like entirely out of wood and traditionally built and they're consistently
No idea.
repairing it?
I don't think
This
so.
is the information I was looking for.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
573. Remember that number for no reason whatsoever.
So what are people doing with these stats? But anyway.
And at 3 ounces, it would take about 101 of these to equal the weight of a bobcat.
Awesome. Also,
Oddly relevant.
Yep.
also a 4-inch blade for a 3-ounce knife, 4-inch blade. That's a nice ratio.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost a sentence.
That was
Almost.
Wow.
No, that was barely a sentence.
And he took away from the glory of a bobcat at the same time. Joe,
Way to go,
you're getting
Joe.
kicked out early tonight. Like, seriously,
wow.
we haven't even done stats yet.
I'm going to name a band Glory of the Bobcat.
What percentage of bobcat weight is bobcat fur? Do you think?
All of it.
Bobcat. So yeah, they marketed this guy as a personal steak knife in all reality, but it's a fun one in anyways.
Right on the catalog, they say gentleman's pocket knife as well.
Okay, on this one, yeah.
On the large one, they have upgraded the description to say account for the everyday carry.
Fair enough. So yeah, let's see how you account for that, Paul.
Oh, yeah. All right. I guess that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I gave it an 86, which is an A minus. Obviously, I kind of like this thing. The notable scores in the objective side is cost versus fit and finish. I gave it an 8 out of 10. And then cutting ability, I actually gave it a 10 out of 10. I was able to take just the tiniest little curls off paper like nothing. And I can only imagine once I put my own edge on it.
Mm-hmm.
On the personal side, the most notable numbers would be pocket ergos. Kind of fails a little bit because it doesn't have that clip. And the leather case for this is kind of chonky and it's kind of hard to get into.
Yeah.
Which will break in
On Friday's episode.
Yeah. And then I got on the high note and enthusiasm. As soon as I found out that this was coming out, I was really excited about seeing it, and it did not disappoint.
That is fair.
Yeah.
On to Joe.
Right. Yeah, I gave it an 85 for an A minus. This thing does a lot very correctly. Lowest point for me was fit and finish at cost for it got a 7.
Yeah.
A little bit of a miss here and there, but 8s and 9s otherwise. Ultimate high point for me, ergonomic preference. It's a straight handled knife, so immediately I'm like, yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Super narrow blade. My enthusiasm's at a 9. I'm probably gonna own this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then me, I guess, slightly more hatery, but none of us are hatery on this episode tonight. I gave it an 83, which is a good solid B+. Walking in tonight, it was actually sitting in an A- category, and there's a couple things that we'll discuss further down the road on why we dropped it off a little bit. But cutting ability, I gave it a 9. The only thing to outperform it this year so far is my Manly Knives Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the Manly Knives
Wasp.
From
Bulgaria.
From
There we go.
Bulgaria.
There was words there.
Bulgaria.
Yeah. On the personal side of things, the aesthetics. As soon as this thing came out of the box and I saw it for the first time, my eyes lit up. I was like, oh, there's something I haven't been excited about in a long time, and super cool on this guy for sure.
Yeah.
That it is. Yeah. And rounding it off, I gave it a B at a 78. Of course, as you've all come to learn, that I'm the most picky of the group, probably for any of the little details. Ergonomic execution was the high points for me. It was a 9. Just super simple, nice play, no awkward jimping or finger choils, and it's big enough for my hand.
Yep.
So, yeah, that
Better
scored
be.
big points. Low score for me was pocket ergos. Once again, as other boys have mentioned, the sheet kind of knocked it a little bit there for sure. But yeah, it's really, really nice knife. Super, super classy.
It really is.
I like it. I liked it. Yeah, so it's,
All right.
yeah.
All 4 of us. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, you can definitely tell how favorable we are for this one.
Yeah, and it might not be something that you would normally look at, not coming from a pocket knife company,
Mhm.
but anyone who's looking for a traditional or a modern traditional in any sort of way, geez, man, watch our Friday episode because we'll talk about how cool this thing is.
Modern
Indeed.
traditionals. It's so hot right now.
Even literally just as a steak knife, this thing's a friggin' cool knife to pick up.
That it
yeah.
is.
Like,
So yeah, I'm gonna thank out the Cutting Edge for helping us out with the review again tonight, because it's awesome of you guys doing that.
Yeah, thanks again for letting us check this guy out, review it to length, to depth,
Mhm.
and get an honest review of it.
most definitely.
Absolutely.
Check on our Patreon. We're still trying to get the gears rolling for getting some incentives up for you and getting the our scoring spreadsheet and all that up.
We're getting some ideas on that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's good.
We're
coming
brainstorming,
along.
so
Yeah.
as we're progressing, hopefully you guys will jump along for the ride. It'll be fun.
The old
Yeah.
jump along.
Oh my!
And then head over to Patreon, Instagram.
You
That's
needed
another
to
thing.
segue to that,
The other
to
thing.
jump along to the Instagram, and you failed.
I refuse to jump along.
Anyway, Instagram. Do it.
Yes, head on over to Instagram. We are less than 120 people away from hitting our 500 goal.
So that means we're only 20 away from revealing what might be the prizes.
Less than.
We're going to
Mm.
be doing
Yeah.
some reveals sometime soon here.
Yeah. So
Potentially
give us a
this
follow.
week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Head on over there. Give us a follow. See some things.
Mhm.
Behind the scenes.
Yep.
inappropriate things,
Just
adult
things.
things. Don't let your kid watch those things.
Please.
Yeah. Before we divulge any further what you might get into, this is Nigel the Smith signing off.
I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am the Iron Joe.
XL.ca.
We will catch you again Friday.